the winemaker moved into the place when he learnt that he had 2 more baby boys on the way, and so they found the lot and built a house on it, and after putting in a pool, he realized that there was a lot more space back in the yard, so he put in some vines and figured that he would try his hand at winemaking. And so he spent now about 15 years making wine, planted the original vines in the early 2000s, and you know, it was a learning process. He was an amateur, and he entered some competitions with his wine, and just got better and better as he went along. And in 2008 he won a double gold for his Petite Syrah at the California State Fair, where they named it the best in California. And so after that he transitioned into commercial winemaking, and so Old Fig Wine Cellars has been a label for about 5 years now. He really enjoyed good quality wine, but it was not the most affordable for him and his family of 7. So he thought he would give it a go and make wine himself that is of the same quality and at less cost to him.
Right.
So that was what he did. It was his motivation to do something really well, and do it himself.
Yeah.
And he's one of the people that actually went for it,
right.
and this is the result of it. So I came on board only this year, and that was because I knew the winemaker's daughter. So she's a friend of mine, and after I graduated with my MBA from Fresno Pacific, I was looking for something to do, and I considered this a challenge to work with something local. And my buy-in was that I was in it to be a blessing to a family here and to develop something from the ground up. And so that's what Old Fig Wine Cellars has been doing, is working from nothing and trying to create it into something. And that's what I'm about, is being creative, working hard. My grandfather and my uncle were both winemakers in Zimbabwe, where I'm from, and so that certainly played a role in my upbringing. I learned to grow vines and tend grapes from a young age. Yeah, so I grew up in an agricultural society, just like Fresno in the Central Valley. This actually makes me feel very much at home, and there's a large amount of actual nostalgia as to where I come from. At Old Fig Wine Cellars, I am the young fig, and Dave is the original fig. And the way I see it is that I've somewhat been grafted into the vine, just like one would with an actual grapevine. And I said before, he's a mentor to me. He's showing me the ropes as to how to actually make wine, and that's something that I'm interested in. And well, we keep each other accountable via 1 or 2 jokes that when things are getting a little tough, we try not to take it too seriously, because it is a bit of a challenge sometimes just to keep pushing on. And so we're in each other's corner when it comes to supporting each other. And Dave is one of the kindest men ever. He considers me a responsibility of his, and I'll venture to say that I consider him a responsibility of mine. I've tried a lot of South African wines, and Dave's tried a lot of Californian wines. So he has the more educated palate than I do. I'm still developing mine, and the thing is that when you bring young and old together, sometimes there's this new possibilities open up, because you have 2 different opinions taken into consideration. And so yeah, I don't know, we're talking and we're debating about what to add next to our wine list. There are a couple of wines. One's called a symphony wine, and the other's a rosé. I'm pretty keen on the rosé, and Dave's quite keen on the symphony. So one way or another, we'll find what's next and come to a decision.